Matt, so why don't you start off and introduce yourself and tell us the company you're at?
Yeah. So Matt Caldwell, I work for Instacart. I head up all talent and HR and culture for them. People that live in urban areas that don't have they have really busy schedules. Things like being able to go shopping takes a long time, especially if they have to drive in the city. And so we provide daily, real time, within an hour delivery of groceries.
So, Matt, what advice would you have to share with recruiters who are at small to mid-sized businesses experiencing rapid growth, something that's really important for them to remember?
Recruiters and recruiting teams have a tendency to sometimes get real distracted. There's all sorts of new technologies coming out. There's new techniques. There's new places where candidates hang out. And it becomes a situation where recruiters can kind of get a little bit of ADD, and they can just get distracted by all the new stuff. And that gets them away from what their job is. Our job is to help the company grow by getting good talent hired. And I think that one of the things that teams need to do to be able to avoid getting stuck in the pitfalls of being distracted by every new little gadget and gizmo is really have a hyper focus on the fundamentals about recruiting. What makes your team effective at what they're doing, what areas they need to focus on, what tools and tactics and techniques they need to invest time and money into, and then have the ability to also be open and aware of what's going on, aware of the market, understand that there are maybe new things that come up and they should pay attention to it, but they shouldn't put a bunch of time into it.
And so how do you recommend or help your team walk that line between trying new technologies and also staying focused on what really matters?
One of the things I do is I spend a lot of time reading and just kind of getting an idea of what's out there. And if we have something that we think might be a good tool to use or a good tactic or whatever it is, some new way to find talent, I'll put together one or two people kind of as a tiger team, and I'll say, go investigate it. On your spare time, spend some time with investigating the tool, finding out what the costs are, getting to understand whether or not it's effective, play around with it, see if you can get a demo, and come back and report to the team. And if it's good, we'll use it. And if it's not good, it becomes clear really quickly, and we move on.
How does LinkedIn play into that strategy of walking that line between focusing on what matters and also trying and innovating?
Yeah, so I think for me and pretty much I think anybody in recruiting, LinkedIn is table stakes. It's something that's it's not even a question. You got to have it, and it continues to produce results. It's not something where you're going to see less and less results with it. I think one of the things that LinkedIn has been able to do is they've been able to adjust some of the things that they do so that they can address some of the changes in the marketplace and in the candidate pools. But for us, and really in my mind, I don't see anything changing in a while. LinkedIn is basically table stakes. It is one of the things that we have that's fundamental, foundational, that is just an absolute must-have for our recruiting process. With an ATS and LinkedIn, those are kind of the two really important things.
So how do you maintain and nurture the relationship that your recruiting team has with hiring managers and people outside of the recruiting organization?
So there's a couple things. With my senior recruiters, I'm the ones that have got more experience and are very capable. I'm watching from a high level, and if I get involved, I will usually, the way I get involved is ask some questions and then direct them to go back and handle it, because I feel like the best way for any type of candidate or client relationship or any type of relationship between two people to be worked on and grown is them working on it, not having a third party get involved. With my more junior level individuals, I will watch a little bit more personally at times. I'll be involved in some discussions or some emails. I'll ask them to CC me in on certain conversations that they might have in email, and then I'll give them some advice about it. Like, well, great, that was good. Next time, think about maybe wording it this way. What it has done is it's created a situation where they all have kind of learned how to think like a business partner. Think like someone who is not just a reactionary recruiter, but someone who is truly trying to add value to their customer.
And I could see that it would also help hiring managers understand the challenges and the objectives that the recruiter is trying to solve.
Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing is a lot of times recruiters get into a tendency of just saying, they get reactionary, and they don't understand what they need to communicate to the hiring managers. Like, great, I understand that this is your situation. Let me let you know a little bit about a couple things. Let me let you know about the candidate pool. Let me let you know about the actual workload in the organization. Let me let you know about what the actual priorities coming down from executive management are about what we need to focus our time on.
It almost comes down to everyone being a recruiter
Yeah,
at the end
honestly,
of the day.
that's one of my favorite things to say. I get in front of the company all the time and I say, we're all recruiters. I do it, my team does it, we do it, 40, 50, 60 hours a week, but everybody on the company needs to think that they're a recruiter all the time. If they run into somebody on BART who happens to be a great UX designer, that's their opportunity to be a recruiter. If somebody comes to them that's a friend of theirs and says, I want to work at Mozilla, and this is what I do, that's their opportunity to be a recruiter. Everybody really needs to think like a recruiter.